Grant removed the radio from its holder and flipped the on switch.
Officer Demlinger.
Grant, it's Butch. Just got a call from the Laurel Hills Country Club. They want somebody up there right away. Manager seemed pretty upset. Said it was an emergency.
On my way,
Answered Grant. Returning the radio to the dashboard, he looked across the seat at Kenny.
Want to ride along or you want me to drop you off? I mean, this won't take long. Someone probably left without paying a tab, or maybe some local kids are up there vandalizing the golf course again.
No problem,
Said Kenny.
I can ride along.
He slid down in the seat and closed his eyes.
Wake me when it's all over.
Turning on the siren, Grant headed for Laurel Valley Road. Once out of the city limits, he floored the patrol car. He remembered how, when he was much younger, his grandparents had been members of the club. From time to time, they used to take him there for lunch. There were white tablecloths on every table, and fancy-looking chairs with ornate arms, huge chandeliers hung from the ceiling, and the waiters always wore tuxedos. He told Dalton that someday he wanted to be rich enough to be a member at the club. That was years ago. He sure wasn't going to get rich working as an officer of the law. 5 minutes later, he turned into Country Club Drive, drove the short distance to the main entrance where he saw Dave Browning, manager of the club, and Bob Pierce, the local golf pro, standing on the elaborate steps. Pulling up to the front of the circled drive, Grant stopped the car and climbed out.
Hey Dave, what's up?
Dave bounded down the steps quickly. You're not going to believe this one. Follow me. I've got a very upset golfer in my office. Following Dave back up the steps, Grant shook Bob's hand.
What's going on, Bob?
Entering the building, the trio started down the carpeted hall, Bob pointing toward the office at the end of the hallway. I better let the golfer tell you the story. I may leave some of the details out. Dave opened the office door. There were 2 valets standing by a man seated next to a desk. Grant immediately recognized the man. It was Clark Deering, the owner of a restaurant in Townsend. He was part of a foursome that played the course every Saturday. Clark's hands were shaking while he wiped the perspiration from his forehead. One of the valets handed him a glass of water.
Mr. Deering, what's going on?
Asked Grant. Taking a sip of water, Clark started his story.